I want to ask one question and open it up so that the audience can ask some. You were talking about, what the manager does is going to be determined in part by who that artist is. And you did get Dylan at an interesting point. In Chronicles, he describes, that lost period before he connected with Daniel Lanois. But you've got, when he comes into you, you manage him for a decade, he's already Bob Dylan with a capital BD. How was it different dealing with him than it was with Neil from the first record forward?
Okay, two things about Bob. He's one of the funniest people I've ever met. He has this amazing sense of humor, and he's one of the smartest people I've ever met. And Bob is very transparent. There's no bullshitting with Bob. At the time that he came to me, it was his Christian period was just coming to a close. And he was just looking for other avenues and other things to do and other ways to make his music. So that's rare that you work with a Bob Dylan. And I was in awe every single day, every time I was with Bob. I would say, I can't fucking believe I'm with Bob Dylan. This is so whack. And he wants to know what I think. This is fucking crazy. And I'm serious about that. There wasn't a day that I wasn't in awe of Bob, who's my personal favorite artist and probably biggest influence in my life has been Bob Dylan. But he's so open. He's a very smart man. He's very open. Neil is the same way. I've been very blessed. Working, and again, I pick smart people. I do. I don't say that cavalierly. I try to work with people who are smarter than I am. And they're out there. Okay. So Bob knew where he was at. He asked me what I thought, we should do. I picked Daniel. I had known Daniel, and I think Daniel would have been a great guy to make a record with Bob, and Bob agreed, and we made the records with Daniel. And then later on, I thought, I had an epiphany after getting high one night, that it would be great if Bob toured with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And I approached Bob with that, and I said, I think this would be killer, and you'd really enjoy it. And he said, let's do it. And we did. And we did the same thing with the Grateful Dead. Jerry called and said, actually, that wasn't my idea. It was the Dead's idea. And Jerry called me up and he said, we'd love to tour with Bob. Any chance that we could back him up? And I said, well, sure, I'll ask Bob. And Bob was way open to that. He knew the Dead was always played a lot of his material, and he loved what they did with it. And so we did that tour. So again, if you're dealing with smart, creative people, listen to them, and they will lead you in the right direction. And my experience with Neil is he's just smarter than I am.